winter adventure that we're going on. I'm on break from school, and the one thing that I had planned and have been looking forward to the entire break was going on a week-long steelheading, fishing, foraging, whatever else in the woods trip, and we're finally on it. We, as in me, Matt, of course, and the Lucifer. Right now we're coming up through the redwood forest. Oh God, I love this dark forest. Oh, the trees.
Look at how big those trees are.
Oh, it's a good tree. Right now it's super rainy, but 2 hills ago it was very snowy. And so as we come over the hills, it's like rain, snow, rain, snow, rain, snow. But coming through the hills and the pass here and seeing the huge trees and bigger rivers, man, it makes me miss the Pacific Northwest, like so bad, so bad. I really enjoy the nicer weather further south and inland, but I think I'd even take the rain just to be among like these massive trees in the forests again. We saw a herd of elk, we've seen a deer. It would be a good day to be out big game hunting. But we're headed up to, all the way up to Coos Bay actually, and then meeting up with a couple of friends and doing a little bit of steelheading. So tomorrow will be a fun excursion. But right now we're just trying to get to our hotel, make it there safely, get the gear ready, and then the trip begins.
No, he's got a fish on. Morning Steelhead traffic jam out on County Road 47.
The reason why I return to steelhead fishing every single year is partly because it was the first type of fishing that I learned after trout fishing as a kid. I document and I share these experiences because I meet so many amazing friends along the way that I want to remember, and I want to remind all of us that much awaits us in the outdoors. There's much worth experiencing, protecting, sharing, and I think that my life is better for all of the time and memories I've made in the outdoors, and I think that you would be doing yourself a favor to get out there more as well. It's been a while since I've steelheaded in the snow. Oh wait, come on! Good sized fish.
They sit in here a lot.
Yeah, I can see why.
So it drops off right about where Matt's at.
Yeah.
And it gets to about 10 all the way to like 14 feet.
Okay. Like in the bucket here, like 14 feet?
Yeah, in that corner especially.
Okay, so I imagine you catch a lot of them right along the backside here?
I get a lot of them right down there in the corner right where it turns.
Yeah, okay.
5 or 6. And then on the outskirts, 3.
Hey friends, welcome. We just made it down to our fishing spot and we were surprised by a really snowy sort of morning. So I'm here with my friend Randy. Randy and I have been friends for a long time. And my new friend Michael, and then Oli the Roo is down here with us too. So we're gonna try to pop some winter steelhead. Sounds like some fish have rolled in. We're in kind of a cool spot here, so we'll see what we can find. Today I'm using some jigs, some beads. They have a whole bunch of stuff loaded up in my pack, but my goal is to see some beautiful white scenery. We have it, cool new river, so I'm already having a good time. See if we can catch a fish and put a cherry on top though. we just switched on to a lure that Michael gave me. He said he got his Christmas fish on it last year. And it's this guy. And I did what any bad new friend does, is I took some sand shrimp and I put it on it. So he's gonna get a stinky one back, but hopefully it'll also get us fish. So I'm gonna try floating this through and see how that does for us. Num, num, num. Num, 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 num. So we just came from the first spot. It is beautiful out here. We fished it for a little bit. It was kind of a small area, so now we're gonna go explore a little bit. It feels really good to be back among like big trees and like great rivers here in the Northwest. Always super fun. When you were casting your bobber out, I lost your bobber in the air.
I have no idea where it's going. I'm trying to keep it on this side of the bank.
This is cool. This is really cool.
Will they come on the inside?
They will. They will.
So all of the trees along the bank Randy was just showing me, these are all bay leaves. I'm gonna try to catch a fish and have a delicious bay snack. Bay leaf snack. I saw a fish come up into this oil slick, and when you have like these, I call them oil slicks, there's not really oil in it, but when you have a big boulder like this at the end of a tail, it kind of creates a slick like looking area where the water is glassy and calm, and steelhead like to come in and sit behind those because it's easier for them to like chill there. And so Randy has beads on, and it's good to run beads because they'll kind of swirl around in that really nicely. Whereas my weighted jig, I mean, I'd have to shorten up my line a lot, but he just flicks those right down in there. He's immediately fishing. Like this is, Randy is 100% doing his job. Now we just need the fish to do his job. But anytime I come to like a bouldery patch like this first oil slick, there's a second and a third oil slick out there. I mean, if I was a steelhead, that's where I would go.
You can get it as near as you can to the ramp. Slow down. Oh, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it.
Like that?
Right there, right there. Oh, that was a fish. Did you miss one? That guy just went. That thing was down for like a good 2 seconds, and it went like that so quickly. Guarantee that was a fish.
What was that?
Mountain lion.
Sasquatch?
Sasquatch.
Yeah. We should have seen that bobber down. It was so
I wish I
good.
would have seen it.
It was down for over a second.
Sometimes I would have clients
It was just
where
like
bobber
straight up and down and then
back up.
yeah.
When I would have clients and we'd be like Chinook fishing with like bobber dogging for Chinook, I know where they go down, and I'd wait for it to go down and be like 1,000, 2,000.
Yeah, just
Start
call it.
counting like, ooh.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you bringing us down to the Sandy River today.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Sandy River is my favorite river to fish
I
in
really
Oregon.
like the sandy.
I like how sandy it is right now.
Right.
You can tell it's a sandy river by how sandy the sand is.
Randy hooked a nice fish, but it popped off before we could even get the cameras out. Then Michael hooked one, and he fought it for a little while, and we couldn't quite land it. It was kind of a bummer, but it was great to see some action, and we certainly saw some in this hole.
Oh!
That was a fresh one though. That thing just got up.
fish.
So back in there.
Randy
Danny just moved out of that spot too.
Yeah. Trust me.
So I've been fishing the blackened chartreuse tip worm, but I made a few casts and haven't got anything, so I'm gonna switch it up, try something different. So here's some of the options that I brought. I think I'm gonna go with the nightmare worm. So yesterday, like when we were driving down here, all of the rivers were like really blown out. All the ones that we were going over were really, really muddy. So to come down and see green, clear water is very much a welcome sight. But, I mean, we knew that we were gonna have some precipitation, we just didn't know what form. So the snow is really, really cool. But now it's just figuring out what the fish want. They want the nightmare jig. I love this reel. Oh no.
He's on fire today. Pretty.
So when you
Is that a rainbow or is that actually
Cutthroat.
Cutthroat?
you can't even tighten it down at all?
Yep, see
Doesn't do anything?
the red markings right there. Sweet.
First fish.
Landed. I'm not sure it's gonna be steely.
We spent a good amount of time at this hole, and we were kind of getting close to the end of our time. You can kind of feel it coming. You've worked every section of the hole, you're not getting any more bites, and then you start casting into the trees, and this sort of shenanigans is what happens.
Steelhead don't grow in trees.
Hey, I got it all back.
Nice! You shouldn't feel any less than confident fighting a really big fish on that.
What are you doing there, Ash?
Time to make some cocoa. I felt like it was time to change it up, so I went ahead and brought out my jet boil and decided that my friends would probably enjoy a little bit of hot chocolate because I certainly need some right about now. My hands are entirely frozen. I would argue that hot chocolate is one of the many essentials of steelhead fishing because on a cold, snowy day, you just kind of need something to liven the spirits back up, something to reset you and get you feeling like, okay, I'm warmed up, we have more spots to go and fish, and I'm ready to get going. Speaking of, we're on to the next spot. I feel like if I get a fish, the first thing I'm going to want to do is build a fire and cook it and use some of the day as seasoning.
Woo! Ashley! Fish on.
I thought you were saying.
No, he's got fish on.
Do a kickflip.
boy. He's wrapped. No way.
There we go.
Nice.
Cool.
There you go, Matt.
Ashley?
I went on a nature walk, as one does in nature, and I came back to the sound of coats rubbing on sleeves, indicating quick motions were happening. And then Matt, who has fished the least today, caught a fish. He caught a fish. I'm so proud. And now I stole his rod. I stole the eagle. I want to soar with the eagles now. I want to soar with the eagles, not wrap up in that tree. I want to catch a steelhead. Bubby, come watch mommy cast. Hi, Bubby. Did you see that cast I just did? Thanks, Randy, for landing that fish, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you. Feeling the pressure.
Only fish that we've had within our reach. Look at what Randy found. So you're fishing and you need a little bit of weight, and you decided that's not enough, maybe you should add 3 more.
Whatever it takes to get down.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, hey, is that mine? No, that's not, but dang.
This rig is not in the bead Bible.
No, I don't think that's in the Bead Bible.
Maybe in the New Testament.
If someone wants to find
That's
the Bead
the original.
Bible, where did they get the Bead Bible?
Motto Books.
Perfect.
MottoBooks.com.
Amazing. Oh, look at this hook. It's offset. I wonder if they did that on purpose, or if they
I like the corky spacing.
stopper. Yeah. Because this is the biggest issue.
I
with
love just picking
these
up
is
other
just-
people's rigs
right, and learning.
off the shore and be like, what was going through their head when they did this? Like, some of it's
It doesn't. You never
genius.
close the gap when it slides
Huh?
down. Yeah.
it's cool. This I don't know about. I don't
Yeah.
know about that though.
I'm not gonna lie.
I just use one big weight.
One time I was drift fishing this area
Oh,
and the
we've all done
water
it.
was moving like really fast, and I only had stick weights, and I'm like, I need just a little bit more weight, so
Yeah.
I had to do stick weights on. Worked. Caught fish. It was fun.
I'm gonna hang this from my rear view mirror.
You really should. Yeah, Natalie. Nice. Yeah,
That's a nice fish.
man. Oh, I love that. Right.
photo bomb?
So hard. Alright, so it's starting to get dark a little bit right now. I think it's going to be dark in the next hour, and I'm a little bit chilly, so we're going to wrap up day 1 of our Steelhead soiree. That's what I decided to call it now, by the way.
Like it.
Thank you so much for coming out and meeting us.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always good to see you.
Likewise.
I think we've been friends for, what, 7 years? 2015 is when we met?
Sounds right.
Yeah, and we fished together in Washington. I think we've in Oregon? No, this is Oregon. We fish together in Oregon now. And so now you're gonna have to come down and fish with me in California next.
Yeah.
Well, it's been, it doesn't look like it now, I guess, so much, but we started our day in like a whiteout sort of day, which was super awesome. Michael was with us. He had to take off, but it was really cool meeting him and seeing some of these spots. So I look forward to fishing on our next adventure. What was your favorite fish of the day?
I mean, that one was great, but the first one that came out of the water this morning and did the side wobble and was another to my list of side wobble losses of fish. It was cool to see that fish.
That was a hot fish. That fish was like not happy about the situation at all. Well, hopefully I'm next, because I think everyone's hooked and touched a fish except for me. So tomorrow will hopefully be my day. But let's all get warm and get some food and stay tuned for day 2. Thanks again, Randy.
No problem.